What's good, everyone? So today it's going to be about how to become successful in your 20s. And no, I'm not 20 yet. No, I'm not successful. I've got a long way to go, but I just want to speak from personal experience because I want to make this video and I hope it touches someone out there and really changes their lives. Okay, I'm just going to speak from experience, exactly what it took for me to go from A to B in a matter of like 3 to 4 years. Okay, and I've made a story video before about where I was, so you can go check that out. In short, I used to be a skinny Filipino kid who was very insecure, bottom of the barrel in class, and found it hard to make friends. Really skinny, I said that already, right? But found this self-improvement journey, and lo and behold, here I am right now. I'm much happier with where I am, and I don't plan on stopping. So by the end of this video, you will have found out the exact steps that I took in order to undergo this transformation. So without further ado, like, comment, subscribe if you're new to the channel, and let's just get straight into it. Why not? First things first, you just got to be extremely uncomfortable with where you are at right now. Nothing else is going to work in this video if you are genuinely comfortable and you're okay with where you are right now. If you just stay where you are right now, nothing's going to happen. If that's what's in your head, get it out right now or leave the video. You have to, either you are already genuinely uncomfortable with where you're at and you're trying to change. So it's you're either in this category or the second category where you know you should be uncomfortable, but for some reason you're still kind of content with where you are. And then I'll tell you what to do for this situation. And then the third people, as I mentioned already, are just comfortable. They don't need to change. They don't want to change. So get out if you're in the third category. But for the guys in the first category, good. You are uncomfortable and it is impossible, physically and mentally impossible, to stay somewhere where you are uncomfortable. If there were hot coals here and I told you to lay on them, you'd get up as soon as possible, like it will take you a millisecond to get up, right? Because it's uncomfortable, it's painful. You can't stay there forever. And that's what you need to be thinking about your areas of life. Are you comfortable? Because if you're genuinely uncomfortable with the situation, you would get up, just like if I told you to lay on those hot coals next to me. So you have to become genuinely uncomfortable. So either you are already, or you know you shouldn't be comfortable, but for some reason something in your mind is telling you to stay comfortable. And the way you get around this is just like, you just got to rationalize the fact that you're in a really bad situation. Okay, so for example, I told this story before. When I was growing my Instagram theme page and learning still how to grow it, how to monetize it when it was still in the baby steps, I wanted to learn how to grow and monetize it badly to the point where it was New Year's Eve. I'd been following this guy for a while. He had a mentorship program on teaching exactly how to do that, right? I really wanted to get in, but it was just so expensive. And then I noticed he was holding a Christmas Eve sale which would last until New Year. So a couple days, I really had to think about it now because this was my opportunity to jump in. But it still was really expensive. It was $200 something at the time, and it was expensive to me back then. And I was scared because it wasn't my own money as well. Part of it was, but it wasn't my own money, all of it. So then I came to a conclusion. It was New Year's Eve, and I just pulled the trigger and bought the program, without my mom knowing, and it really upset her. And I kind of regret getting that reaction from her, and I wish I had to do it that way. But at the same time, I pulled the trigger. I knew this was the right fit for me because I was genuinely uncomfortable with where my business was at the time. It wasn't growing, so I needed help. I needed to get mentors, and I bought the program. And guess what? I made that money back. It showed me exactly what to do, and I made that money back in the span of a couple months. So turns out it worked out, okay? So become genuinely uncomfortable with where you're at. The second thing, we're going to breeze through these, okay? Because I need to go to the gym in a couple minutes before I fail my monk mode challenge. So second thing is you got to define exactly what you want out of life. There's a book called Outwitting the Devil by Napoleon Hill, and I've yet to read it, but there's a concept that stuck with me, which is the non-drifter versus drifter. And there are two types of people. There's a non-drifter and there's a drifter. Drifters are people who just float around life undefined. They don't know what they want out of life. They just kind of go with the flow, and they end up being miserable and broke and unhappy and out of shape. Typically with the non-drifters, which is a much smaller minority of people, these guys and girls and whoever, they know exactly what they want out of life, and they're going to do what it takes to get what they want out of life. They're going to do exactly what it takes to get it. They have defined every single part of their life. They know exactly what their next move is going to be, and they know why they want it. That way, they are not floating aimlessly around life and being easily manipulated. So you want to be in the second category. You want to be a non-drifter. And the way you become a non-drifter is by defining exactly what you want out of life. So let's look at the pillars. Let's look at it very simply as if you were a video game character and we were looking at your stats, okay? Your health. What do you want with your health and fitness, okay? Do you want to be able to run a marathon in the future? Is that your goal? Okay, cool. Let's max out on the cardio stat. Let's max out on the endurance stat. Okay, now you know exactly what you want and you know what to get. You know exactly how to get there. Just do some endurance training. Just do some runs, okay? Maybe you don't want to be a marathon runner. Maybe you just want to get in a nice physique, a superhero physique. Cool. Now, what do you need to do to get there? Cool. You've defined exactly what you want in that department. Wealth. Okay, how much money do you want to make? What kind of business do you want to run? Where do you want to put your wealth? Where do you want to do you want to invest in stocks? What kind of stocks? Okay, define that as well. And you see where this is going, right? You need to look at every single area of your life heavily and clearly define what you want and be willing to do what it takes to get there, okay? Because that's going to separate you from a lot of people nowadays. Everyone's just floating around trying to make the best of what they have, okay? And they just not take responsibility. So define exactly what you want, go after it, and you'll be much happier and way more successful. Specificity is key here. The third thing, you need to find mentors. So at the moment, you don't like where you are, cool. You know exactly what you want and how to get it, cool. Now you need to find mentors. And the truth is, this idea of being a lone wolf is outdated. You can't, especially in 2022, you cannot be a lone wolf. You need to surround yourself with a network and surround yourself with well-known, well, not just well-known, but pretty much people who are like-minded, who are on the same journey as you, okay? Find mentors or just surround yourself with people who are on the same mission, and then you can exchange and bounce ideas off of each other. That's still pretty good as well. But you want to find mentors, ideally people you resonate with and people who have succeeded in the area of life that you want to succeed in. So let's say you're trying to run a marathon. Maybe find someone like a coach that will help you run your first marathon, okay? Health and fitness coach, whatever. Wealth, business, coaching, consulting, dropshipping, agency, whatever you're doing, you need to find a coach and you need to pay them, okay? You either pay people with money or time. And I'm pretty sure they want to be paid with money more because their time is more valuable. So exactly what you need to do is just find mentors, okay? Bite the bullet. Don't be stingy. Find people who are exactly where you want to be, and you will save 5 to 10 years off of just trying to chase and figure it out on your own, okay? And again, time is more valuable than money. Time is money. So I'd rather bite the bullet, invest in someone who knows exactly what they're doing, and all they do is just show me how to do it, and I copy paste and I get to where they are. So those 3 things, cool. Now the 4th thing that you need is you need to take accountability for your actions. You can do all these 3 things, but if you can't get your ass up and do them every single day consistently, hell or high water, then there's no point. You need to take accountability and you need to track exactly what you're doing every single day to make sure you are getting closer to where you want to get to. And that means taking accountability or having other people hold you accountable. This goes back to what I was saying, finding like-minded people. You just can't be a lone wolf anymore. You're basically like cornering yourself. And it's from the 48 Laws of Power, and it's the idea that if you are on your own, you are basically cornering yourself and everyone is surrounding you, okay? And you can't live like that anymore. So you need to find a group of like-minded people, become friends with them, give value, exchange value, and get them to take accountability for their actions and to get them to hold you accountable. And it's just going to be this massive, self-feeding machine that's going to lead to your immense success. Take accountability for your actions, get them to be brutally honest about your weak points, and just lift each other up in it. So that's the last thing. And then the last thing, actually, that's not the last thing. The last thing is just have mental toughness. All mental toughness is just leaning on logic and facts over your feelings. I'll give you an example again. This is it's kind of late now in the UK, but I didn't want to film a YouTube video. I didn't feel like filming a YouTube video, and so then I had to suffer the consequences, and here I am trying to make the video last minute. So that's an example of where it went wrong. An example of where it did go right is me actually going up and doing it anyway. Like, I'm actually filming a video right now. I could have very well just waited until 12 a.m. and not have filmed the video and gone to sleep, okay? So that's just an example. Mental toughness is just leaning on logic and facts over your feelings, because the truth is, right, let's say, and touch wood, there's no wood, but touch wood, right? We get into World War III, we get into war. Do you think the general, let's say you become a soldier, right? You get enlisted. Do you think for a second that the captain, the general, will care about how you feel? No. You have to go out and fulfill your duty anyway. You have to go out and lunge at the people, at the opposition, when it's World War III, okay? Do you think the people in World War II, they were scared and they let that take over? No, they had to do what they had to do. And that was, risk their life and, support their country. So that's an example. Leaning on logic and facts over feelings. Feelings are temporary. They come and they go, and they fluctuate. And that's just going to ruin your life if you rely on them, okay? So it's very unsteady way to live. So recap, if you follow these 5 steps, you'll become successful in your 20s, if not your 30s, okay? Become genuinely uncomfortable with your current situation in life. Define exactly what you want in your life. So define exactly what you want and what you don't want. Find mentors and people who have succeeded in the areas that you want to succeed in already. Get them to show you exactly what to do and the blueprint, and listen to them. Take accountability for your actions. Have other people hold you accountable so that you are getting 1% closer to where you want to go. And then the last thing is mental toughness. If you feel like giving up, you can't, because you have to focus on your facts and logic over emotions. So otherwise you're going to fail and you're not going to win. So anyway, hope you enjoyed this video. It's getting late here. I'm going to get to the gym now, even though I don't feel like it. I'm going to head to the gym now, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.